Today, in the United States of America, on the Roman calendar, it is December 23rd, 2016. But today, on the Hebrew calendar, it is, as the Hebrews, or as the Jews are celebrating it, or as the Jews are observing, it is Hanukkah. And I know I have said that they erroneously added Aviv 2, or as people say, Abib 2. I'm not here to argue that point anymore. I don't think it matters at this point. What matters, here's the deal. Today, it is still, according to the Jerusalem Post, the 23rd day of the 9th month, Kislev, 5777. It seems to me that according to that it should be by now the 24th, if I understand the time in Israel correctly, because it starts at sundown, and I know that it's sundown by now in Israel. So I believe it's actually now the 24th day of the 9th month. What just happened today? Something that hasn't happened in quite a long time. I'm not even sure if it's ever happened. Throughout all the years since 1948, there has been a lot of resolutions against the state of Israel. But most of those resolutions put forth by the United Nations Security Council has been defeated, vetoed by the United States in defense of Israel. Today, like I said in another video a little while back, after Trump's election, wait for the chicanery to take place between Election Day and Inauguration Day. And my goodness, what do we have here? I believe it was yesterday that Egypt put forth a resolution demanding that Israel halt its construction in Judea, Samaria, and East Jerusalem, which what the world calls today the West Bank or the occupied territories, which that is a lie on its face, and it should never be said. Benjamin Netanyahu gave the Egyptian president a phone call and asked Donald Trump to stand up and defend Israel publicly. He did so. Egypt pulled back, fearing the wrath of Donald Trump when he is inaugurated. According to Jews News, let me see where they got this from. IsraelRising.com. The article is Showdown at the UN. Israel and Trump force Egypt to drop resolution. What next? The story is, that Obama got very angry. I'm going to see if I can find this story. I thought I had it in front of me. Oh yeah, well, when you look at it on Jews News, it says, Showdown at the UN, Trump and Netanyahu force Egypt to drop anti-Israel resolution. Obama is furious. Okay, so that's what the article says on Jews News. And at the bottom of the article says, is the worst over? This is only the beginning. New Zealand's term may be over on January the 1st, but they are insisting on tabling a resolution that delineates the final contours of a Palestinian state. New Zealand's resolution is a game changer and is the one Obama may abstain from. If so, then Obama will de facto create a Palestinian territory entity within Israel borders before he leaves office. Stay tuned, it's about to get bumpy. Well, this article was written before the Security Council resolution was approved. So, on, I will read it from IsraelNationalNews.com. The UN Security Council on Friday approved a resolution demanding that Israel halt its construction in Judea, Samaria, and eastern Jerusalem. 14 states voted in favor of the resolution, which was submitted by New Zealand. Did you catch that? New Zealand, Malaysia, Senegal, and Venezuela, a day after Egypt, which originally submitted it, withdrew it. The United States abstained from the vote and did not use its veto power to stop the resolution. Soon after it was announced that the resolution would be voted on, senior Israeli officials attacked U.S. President Barack Obama and Secretary of State John Kerry. Obama and Kerry are behind this shameful move in the United Nations, the officials said, according to Haaretz. Obama could announce at any time that he intends casting a veto on the resolution, but instead he's pushing it. He is abandoning Israel and breaking a policy of decades to defend Israel at the UN. One senior official added that Obama and Kerry were carrying out the move in the UN in cahoots with the Palestinians in an attempt to impose a policy on President-elect Donald Trump. Obama is attempting to get a decision passed by the UN despite knowing that it does not represent the policy of the next president, the official said, according to Haaretz. Diplomats said on Thursday night that the original vote was postponed, that after the original vote was postponed, that Obama planned to abstain or perhaps even vote in favor of the resolution, breaking with past protocol in which Washington vetoed such anti-Israeli resolutions. U.S. officials rejected on Friday evening the Israeli accusations that the Obama administration was behind the Security Council resolution, saying that Washington was not involved in formulating the initiative or in the promoting of it. It's a long article, folks, but by now you get the gist of what's going on here. See, this is not just some resolution. This is international law. But international law, the nations have gone up against Yehovah, the Holy One of Israel. They have picked a fight with Yehovah, the Holy One of Israel, concerning Judea, Samaria, and the old city, Jerusalem. And today, what they have done is they voted essentially to part Yehovah's land as they had done many years ago in the past. They now are doing it again. And yet, folks, there was to be no more punishment upon Israel. There was no more punishment to be on Judah, and there was no more punishment to be had on Jerusalem. On the 24th day of the 9th month, I dare say, or very close to it. I need to go. It doesn't really matter because it's so close. But see, the 24th day of the 9th month is the day that Yehovah said that he is going to show mercy upon Israel. He is going to begin the overturning of the nations on that day. Haggai 2. Read all of it. So, as I said before, here we are in the, let's see here, down further in the article. We stand with the people and government of Israel on the eve of the Hanukkah holiday, which marks the first battle for religious freedom that regrettably continues until this day. Moreover, the age-old story of Hanukkah puts the lie to the efforts of Chairman Abbas to deny the connection of the Jewish people and the Jewish state to their ancient homeland, and which denigrates thousands of years. I'm not going to say Judeo-Christian. I'm going to say Jewish history and heritage. We remain committed to the search for a just and lasting peace, which has just been made more complicated and more distant by the Security Council's action. Bottom line is, United Nations Security Council is begging for war with Yehovah, the Holy One of Israel. And they're going to get it. So folks, just when you thought things would settle down, just when you thought that Donald Trump might bring in some sensibility to this world, the world is hurtling toward self-destruction to avoid being forced to tone down. They want to fight. Well, if they want to fight with Yehovah, they're going to get one. Brace yourselves.